Alright, how y'all doing? My name is Daniel. I've done a couple other blogs here about everything from racism to my time in the military. I'm medically retired from the Army due to injuries I received during my second tour to Iraq. I've been out now for about a year, and you can go to my other videos and subscribe to them and stuff like that if you want to kind of get a little bit more about my background and my military experiences during my 2 years to Iraq. So my subject today is Republican insanity, and I just want to talk about some of the things that are just blatantly, not just hypocritical, but just they don't pass the laugh test. And it would be laughable about a lot of these things, except for these people run our country, and it's gotten to a point where they are not servants anymore. These people don't realize that they are servants. Just like when you're in the military, people in the military understand they are servants. They are there to do the bidding of their country. These people in Congress, the House and the Senate, and the President, whenever they even do so much as talk to us, when they're doing press conferences, they act like they're doing us a favor. Oh, we're explaining ourselves to you. Especially Bush. When Bush and Cheney, when they came out of their undisclosed locations and did their and gave us any type of information whatsoever during those 8 years, they were acting like we were a bother. You know, same thing. Anytime anything happened, it was a bother. The Constitution, Bush said himself, quoting, "The Constitution is just a goddamn piece of paper. It was just something to be stepped over." So the same thing with our rights. So the first thing, global warming. Not to mention that scientists overwhelmingly, 99.9999% of scientists overwhelmingly line up on one side of this argument, including Christian scientists, religious scientists overwhelmingly line up on one side of this argument. You've actually heard multiple senators and congresswomen argue on the House and Senate floor, and one of them I actually seen read scripture that stated that only God can bring about the end of the earth. And that was her argument and two other gentlemen's argument, that is the foolproof proof that there's no such thing as global warming, because only God, and they were adamant about it, see right here, only God can end the earth. And he swore to us after God flooded the earth with Noah, never mind that there's only one type of race, even if Noah did get on the ark, where the hell were the black people and the Indians and all those? They just fucking miraculously sprouted up, right? Of course, they didn't know that there was other races and shit back when they wrote the Bible, so it's no mistake, and it's no surprise that they, didn't work that into their big book of lies, their book of religion. But the fact that they are actually using Bible scripture, what happened to the separation of church and state? When you have four people, there was a panel down there that was basically debating with the panel of senators about global warming, and whenever the panel, the civilian panel, is arguing with this house, with these people, and they just come out with Bible scripture as somehow that fucking negates their entire argument. It pisses me off. Alright, another thing about Republican sanity. Alright, the last time the economy was this bad and the unemployment numbers were this bad was when Bush Sr. was in office. 16 years ago, when Bush got in office, the last time unemployment was that low was 16 years ago to the day when Bush Sr. was in office. Do you understand that? That means out of literally the last 24 years, the two worst periods for unemployment was when Bush Sr. and Bush Jr. were leaving office. That doesn't strike anyone as, maybe we should have never voted either of them into fucking office. Alright. I love it when Republicans say, and they still say it, we are the ones that are strong on national defense and blah, blah, blah. Never mind, they don't even say, they used to say, Cheney and Bush and the Republicans, they used to say we protected America after 9/11. We protected America for 7 years. They don't even say that anymore. They say 8 years. We protected this country for 8 years. And they don't even say after 9/11 anymore. They just want to act like that never happened. The largest loss of American life on our soil happened under their watch, not even a year in. And it's September 11th today. So, technically speaking, right now it's 1:05 where I'm at in Tennessee. Technically speaking, Obama has protected this country longer than Bush has. So if somehow we got attacked right now, Obama's record would be better than Bush's is, because he had protected this country longer. I personally think Obama's going to go through his first 4 years, and even though I do disagree, I'm an independent. Definitely, I associate myself far more with Democrats than Republicans, but I'm an independent. I don't like to label myself. But I think it's just so fucking pathetic that, you know, they act like it was not their fault. If you have done any research, I mean, let's see what kind of books I got. I got The Angler, I got The Dark Side, The Forever War, I got fucking The Torture, The Collections. I got about 3 more books where I've done research on this shit, and the fucking the info and the intel they had, and the CIA had, they had intel and had knowledge of more than half these hijackers that whenever they entered this country, and they decided, oh, we're just not going to tell the FBI. They just didn't tell the fucking FBI because they didn't want the FBI to take over their fucking case and all this other shit. So they not only didn't follow these suspect terrorists into the country, they just like, oh, well, they're in the country now. The CIA can't do anything about it, and we're not going to tell the FBI so they can investigate. That's exactly what fucking happened. And this was, you know, 6 months to a year before 9/11 even happened. So let's not forget the largest attack on American soil was while Republicans were in office, so they can't say they're strong on national defense anymore. Honestly, they will, though. Obama has protected us longer than Bush, all right? And never mind, and he's protected us longer than Bush without even using the necessary torture that protects us, as Cheney said. Never mind that we stopped using necessary torture that kept us safe for 8 years, even though we stopped using that in mid-2004 to early 2005. So I don't know how we didn't get hit for those last 3 to 3.5 years without torturing the shit out of people. But the only reason Cheney's saying that is because Cheney had 5 deferments from Vietnam. And men like him, pussies like him and Bush, who fucking hid and ended up sneaking his ass into fucking the Texas Air National Guard 2 weeks before he was eligible for the draft. Men like him, who pussied and cowered when it was their duty to go to war for their country. Those are the type of men who honestly believe that saving the country and defending the country, those kind of actions happen in dark rooms in the dark side, you know, as he put it. That it couldn't possibly happen with the 250,000 troops we have in Iraq. No, that wasn't doing anything. It was Cheney's decision at 1 o'clock in the morning at midnight to torture the shit out of some people. That's what he believes, and that's why he's sticking to his story. He believes that he was crucial, absolutely crucial, in the defense of the country. And I believe it is due in his actions, all these illegal actions with the torture and all the other shit he did with the what's the word? Shit when you go into other countries and rendition. That's because I believe he wanted to have some kind of unique, huge part and secretive in defending our country, because he's a coward and he didn't do it that way. So I think he had some kind of hidden agenda that he wanted to be getting that pat on the back for the rest of his life about how he made the hard choices in defense of our country. No, the hard choice would be not getting 5 deferments and sending 5 sons or fathers or grandfathers to go die in your place. That would have been the hard choice. The Republican Party is showing its true colors right now with this racism. I mean, if you're a racist in this country right now, you're a Republican. Period. Period. You're not an independent, you're a Republican. You see at these town hall meetings and shit, they're out there talking about watering the tree of liberty and shit like that, carrying guns to town halls. Do you think when Bush was in office, anybody could have carried a gun on their fucking hit to a town hall? That is proof that Obama's not trying to take away your guns. Never mind that when Bush was in office, they went door to door in Washington, D.C. and collected people's guns. We're here to collect your firearms. That's what they did. Door to fucking door in D.C. under Bush. They went to collect fucking firearms. But no one fucking remembers that. No one remembers that, right? So, Republicans, man, if you're in the Republican Party, which is associating itself about 25 to 26, maybe even up to 30% now, since Obama is losing some of his numbers, you're a racist. And I'm not saying that because you're against Obama. I'm just saying, look at these gatherings and shit. It went from about 35 to 40% Republican all the way down. And the Republicans are pushing even more people out of their party because they're getting so extreme. I have quite a bit more on this, so I'm going to go ahead and do another video about this. But and another reason Palin was so popular, even though that the Fox News poll about 3 weeks ago said that more than 65% of the people they polled out of like being president, running again for governor, being a senator, and being a housewife, that what they wanted Sarah Palin to do, more than 65% of them said she needs to be a housewife. But the reason she was so popular is because she came out and said it, that Obama wasn't one of us, and he was palling around with terrorists, and this, that, and the other thing. She was very